Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot micro session. This is just predictions for one day, and this day is going to be June the 30th. We're going to go ahead and start with Aries first and just work our way through all the signs. Let's see what comes up for each of you. Aries, starting with you for June the 30th. All right, Aries. You have the Knight of Cups showing up here. And you have the Emperor showing up in reverse. And you have the Five of Coins. Okay, Aries, what do we have going on here? Aries, I think you're used to being in control and in charge of things, and you are taking some kind of romantic action on the 30th. And I think that you're taking this romantic action as a way of showing yourself that you still can be in charge in a situation where there are two people involved. With this Emperor in reverse, I think you've felt lately like you were not the person in control. And so you're doing something really just to bring back that comfort of feeling like you're in control again with this romantic action. And why is this happening? Well, it's happening because we've got the Five of Coins showing up for you. You have been feeling left out in the cold by somebody. So that's why you're taking these actions to sort of fix or bring comfort to your ego, basically to lick some wounds is what we have coming up here, Aries. Altagracia Ramos, hello, hello, hello. Glad to see you here. Annie Freud, hello, hello. It's late for you to be here. Welcome. Glad you're here. Angela Lukes, hello, hello. You're quite welcome. You know I love to do readings. Just get a hold of me and we'll get right into it. Sorry that we had to wait a little bit before we could last night. 11/4/66. That means you're a Scorpio too. Another Midwest Scorpio. I was born in St. Louis. 11/18/69. 7:30 a.m. Alrighty. Taurus. Taurus for June the 30th. La la da da da. Okay. All right, Taurus. You guys have the Two of Swords in reverse. You have the Judgment card, right side up. And you have the Devil card. Okay, now, Taurus, what do you have going on? You have an opportunity to get something going again that has been on the back burner or maybe even just completely set off to the side, and you're confused about whether you actually want to do that or not. Why are you confused about it? Well, because it's a devilish situation. Actually, I wanted to put down a few cards to sort of expand on why we have the devil coming up for that. So, listen, for those cards, we have Ace of Wands in reverse, and we have the Page of Cups right side up, and we have the Justice card. Okay, so Fire card, Ace upside down, Water card, Court card right side up. Water puts out fire. This is a hot and cold situation. That's why it's coming up as devilish. And this hot and cold situation may be something about somebody that you're already divorced from or taking some kind of legal action to separate from. This does not have to be a romantic partner or a spouse. This could be like a business partner or even a friend where the separation doesn't have to be technically legal, can be official but not legal. So basically, in a nutshell, what we have here for you, Taurus, on the 30th is confusion over whether you want to get something back started up again with somebody. For a few of you, it could just straight up be a Capricorn, but that's not really what I'm seeing here. With somebody who's been hot and cold and you've already had your moment in the sun and that's over. And the idea that it's been over has brought more balance to your life because you haven't had to deal with the hot and cold, in and out, off and on type of stuff. So you have an opportunity to turn all of this back on again. You're confused about whether you want to or not because you're afraid it's not going to be any different than the last time. And why should it be? Seriously, why should it be? But that's going to be different for everybody. If you guys want a reading about, is it a good idea to move forward with it? I would be happy to do a reading for you personally in your own individual energy and the other person's energy and see how that would work out for you. La, da, da, da. Right now it is 6:27 p.m. or 18:27. Alta, hello, hello. Glad you're here. Socialista, hey, hey. You have time in the evening? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. How did you get it? Yeah, you're on East Coast time. How did you get poison ivy in your eyes? Did you do that to yourself or did somebody do that to you? I got poison ivy one time, guys, all over like this whole part of my face back when I was an ice cream lady, and it blistered and it looked terrible. It was so bad I had to get steroids for it, and I couldn't work because I looked horrible. Like, who would buy ice cream from someone that looked like that? But it was because the little 4-year-old and I had been playing, and she wanted to pretend to be the mama, and she was wiping my face with a leaf, and I didn't recognize what kind of leaf it was, and she had no clue. So she wiped my face really good with poison ivy. I would bet it hurts like crazy. And it's going to be hard not to spread it too, because as soon as you itch your eyes the first time and touch something, it's going. Oh, ouch. So here's my question. This is why I asked if there was somebody else involved in that or if there was you involved with that. Eyes, when we have something going on with our eyes, energetically, that points back to that there's something that we don't really want to see. What is it that where you're sweeping all the red flags under the rug, or what is it that you don't really want to see? Okay, let's move on to Gemini. This is going to be Gemini for the 30th of June. La, la, da, da, da. La, da, da, da. I put down extra cards for you. Where should they go? There we go. Okay. So, Geminis, you've got the Star card. Yep, really. You have the Knight of Coins, clarified by the Eight of Coins. And you have the Two of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Three of Swords in reverse. Well, these are giving us some pretty clear pictures. Okay. So, Geminis. Okay, here's what's going on with you guys. I don't know how I'm going to really hold these so you can see them the way I am looking at them. But, so you've got the Star card. This tells me you have hope about something. And with this Knight of Cups and the Eight of Cups, you have hopes about working and really being responsible with the income that you're bringing in. You're having hopes of getting that budget back in line where you're back in the black, or not, if not back in the black, where you're in a better situation than you have been lately, improving finances. And you're really hopeful about being able to improve finances. Now, why are you so hopeful about being able to improve your finances, Gemini? Isn't this interesting? Because you've got the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there was somebody who broke your heart. Doesn't have to be a romantic somebody either, guys. But there was somebody who broke your heart. And now with this Three of Swords in reverse, you're getting over that. You're getting over that. Not only are you getting over that and you're finding healing, like you're not all about that person anymore. You know, you're not obsessing about them. You're not trying to figure out what happened. You're not focusing on them. And because you're not focusing on that person anymore, frankly, you could kind of care less because you've brought some healing to this situation where they did whatever they did to you, whether it was a business partnership, friendship, romantic situation, whatever. And so because you've got some healing there and because you're moving on and you really are not paying attention to them anymore. They're not really just, they're just not on your radar. That allows you to focus on work and on making your money what you want it to be. Okay, so that's for Gemini for the 30th. It is interesting, isn't it? That's the kind of stuff that I learned when I started working with Reiki, as I was just digging in deeper. Like they don't teach you that exactly at Reiki, but I was just digging in deeper to the sources of problems and looking at energetic sources. I think it's really fascinating to know that type of stuff. Kinks and Curls. I was just thinking that name is familiar, but I haven't seen you for a while. Glad you're here. So here's what I would try, Socialista. I would try find a mild tea. Something like Earl Grey. Just a really mild Earl Grey. And warm up the tea bags and set them over your eyes for just a few minutes before you fall asleep. I guess until the tea bags aren't warm anymore. Just as warm as you can stand them without them hurting you. Because what that'll do is that will draw the poisons or the toxin from your skin and from your eyes into the tea bags. The more you do it, the more it's going to draw out. Hello there, Bonnie. Glad to see you here. How are you, my dear? Just make sure, I don't know, I've never done that with the Earl Grey on my actual eyes. Make sure it's not going to make your eyes sting first. Try that gingerly with one eye first. No, I take that back. I did that for somebody that had a sty right on their lower eyelid and it helped them, so. And he didn't complain about it stinging him. So we're in good shape. Go for it. Glad to hear that you're great. We're on to Cancer now. This is Cancer. We're just doing some relaxed predictions. We're talking about stuff in between too. Cancer for the 30th of June. Remind me what sign you are, Bonnie? Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Cancers, you guys have the Fool. Isn't that funny? That's the 0 card, and then right behind it, you have the 1 card in the Suit of Cups. You have the Ace of Cups, 0, 1, and then we jump to 7, the 7 of Swords. Alrighty. What is going on here? This is interesting. So Cancers, there's something new that you are really fascinated with and enjoying. This could be a person, it could be an activity or a project. This could be a thing, could be a work of art. Okay. And you are, whatever this is, I think it's more of a relationship or an activity or a project that you're really enjoying, because with this Fool card, this is telling me that you've decided to take a leap of faith and start in with this thing, and you're really enjoying it as you're starting in with whatever this is. Why is this happening? This is happening because of the Seven of Wands. So Cancer, there is something from your past that you're not, do I even want to say from your past? Yeah, but I think it's your recent past that you're not letting come back in. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a job. It's going to be different for different ones of you. But there's something where you have put up borders and you're not letting this thing come back from the past. And part of not letting this thing come back from the past is filling that space with something else that you can do with that time you normally would have spent with that thing from the past or that person from the past, with someone or something else. So filling up that time so there's really no room for that thing from the past back in your life, Cancers. That's what I see you doing on the 30th. It does smell good. You're Capricorn? Okay, well, we haven't hit you yet. You got here before we got to your sign. That's a good thing. Awesome, awesome. Let me know if your eyes start feeling better in the morning. If not, we can always do a Reiki candle. Check out my website and you can see how Reiki candles work. If we haven't talked about them before, we might have. Leo, 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 you guys are up next for June the 30th. Leo, 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 Leo. Hi, Hopes Libra. Welcome back. Glad to see you in the room again. It's been a while. La da da da. Da 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 da. Okay, so Leos, what do we have here for you guys? Knight of Swords in reverse. Is this the Knight or the King? No, that's the King of Swords in reverse, Leos. Four of Coins. And the Wheel of Fortune. Leos, here's what's going on for you guys. You guys are stashing away some kind of money, or else you're stashing away some kind of material goods. Maybe you bought a bunch of your favorite food that's on sale. I don't know. But you're stashing something away for the future. And it's making somebody who's probably a male in your life grumpy because you're stashing things away for the future. Now, why is this happening? This is happening because you have a Wheel of Fortune, Leos. This means that things have gone really well, really smooth for you. You may have some kind of windfall. And your grumpy person over here may have wanted you to spend that windfall on them or spend that windfall on something fun. And you are being responsible and you're putting things back towards the future. You're saving things back, stashing things away. And they're not liking it. They're being quite verbal about it too. Have fun with them, Leo. Good for you doing the responsible thing, though. I was wondering. I was thinking it was the day that she's leaving. Socialista. Cool Cat. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to have you in the room. Hopefully your energy will change from not happy to okay or more happy by the time you leave. We'll see what happens. I totally understand that, honey. Okay. Understand about needing to decompress. Okay. Who are we up to? We're up to Virgos. Virgos, this is going to be your cards. These are going to be your cards for the 30th of June. La, da, 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 da. La, da, 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 da. You're quite welcome, Miss Annie. I think it sounds good too. I'm always happy to see a Wheel of Fortune. That's one of the better cards in the deck. I like the Wheel of Fortune and I like the Sun card. Those are both auspicious, and the Chariot also. Those are probably the three of my favorites. See you later, cool cat. Peace out. Okay, Virgos, you guys are up next. Virgo, Virgo. Virgos, y'all have the Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Chariot, the Chariot. It's a major arcana, Seven of Chariots. Look, that's just one of the cards I was just talking about. Look at that. We had a Wheel of Fortune and then a Chariot right behind that. I like it. That's right. High hopes. You always got to find the silver lining no matter what's going on. That helps. La da 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 da. So Virgos. What's going on here? Oh. So Virgos, I think you've been thinking about walking away from something, whether it's a relationship, situation, activity, recreation, whatever. You've been thinking about walking away from something that has been making you feel depleted. However, you have decided that you are not walking away from this thing that makes you feel depleted. You are sticking with it. Why? Because you have the Chariot. Because whatever was going on where it was making you feel depleted, that is turned around. Now there are you and other people working towards goals so that this is more of a reciprocal thing and you don't end up feeling depleted. Everybody ends up contributing, not just you. And that's why you're staying. Good luck for you, Virgo. 4 a.m. Oh dear, that's early. Libras, you guys are up next. This is going to be for June 30th for the Libras. Thanks, guys, for all the thumbs ups. I just happened to notice those. I appreciate all those. Those of you who are sharing this video, thank you as well. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. There's your first card. Well, look at that, Libra. That's your card. That's my Libra card, and it popped right out. First card. Justice does signify Libras many times. We're going to leave that on the table. La da da da. La da da. Okay, Libras. You guys have the Justice card and the Ten of Cups. This basically tells me that you are enjoying a happy family life on the 30th. Sometime between now and the end of the 30th. And why is that? Because there's the end of a conflict with this Five of Swords in reverse. There was a conflict going on. Now that conflict is over. Whoever had to make a decision regarding that conflict was able to make a fair and just decision with justice showing up. And because that conflict is no longer an issue in the family, now you can have some happy family time. Whoop, whoop. And if that's not about you and your family, then that would be about you and your tribe, which tribe for me a lot of times comes up under the same things that mean family. And tribe is just those people that are not blood related, but that we consider like family. La, da, da. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Ms. Annie. I don't think anybody wants it. Nobody wants conflict. Not really. I guess I shouldn't say that. There are some people who seem to thrive on it. Anyway, we're not thinking about them right now because we're focusing on Scorpios. This is going to be for Scorpio for June the 30th, 2020. Let's see what comes up for me and my fellow Scorpios. Where did my fellow Scorpio go? That's in here earlier. Can't even see her name now. Where did she go? What was her name? Is she still here? Kinks and Curls. Are you still in the room? These are our cards. Your ex Leo does. Gotcha. Yes, animals can count as a part of the tribe. That's a little bit more rare than other people, but it can happen. La da da da. La da da da. Dang it. Dang it, Scorpios. Okay. That is awesome. Awesome. Congratulations to your mom. Alrighty, Scorpios. What we have first is the Six of Coins. That's a good card for us. We like that. Your cat's a Leo with attitude. I don't know too many cats that don't have attitude. But how appropriate that he would be a Leo for a lion with attitude. Very cool, Angela. Alrighty, second card for Scorpios. Knight of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords, right side up. Third card. La da da da, Scorpio, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpios. I think most of us know that our love lives can be pretty stinky sometimes. We tend to have relationships that fall apart, and part of the reason that they fall apart is because we know stuff that other people aren't telling us, whether we're officially psychic or not. So what's going on right now is there is some type of thing that's going on that is reciprocal. It's even Steven. Energy is going back and forth. But we have a bad attitude. This isn't the first time we've shown up with a bad attitude lately. We're being pretty negative about the attention that we're getting from somebody. We're just not trusting it. We're not used to having attention from somebody and having it go well. We're used to having a good attention from somebody, and then 2 weeks later or less, we figure out, oh, ulterior motive. Thank you very much. So we're very suspicious of somebody who is paying us what seems to be actually a reasonable amount of attention. Anybody outside of the interactions that we're having would wonder why we're feeling suspicious because everything looks good here. So why is this happening? Because of the Page of Swords. Because we know what we know what we know. And our intuition is throwing us red flags. So even though everything looks good on the outside, looks good on the top, looks good on the front, our intuition is tipping us off. Hey, this is just another one of those things that's rotten in the center, man. Just another one of those things. And we know it. We know it. Now, I think with this coming up like this, we're not able to put our finger on exactly what is fishy about the situation because things seem equivocal. But that intuition is tipping us off. And so when that intuition tips us off, most of us who have got a few years under our belts have figured out when that intuition tips us off, we better pay attention, otherwise we're going to regret it. That's what's happening here. We're paying attention to that intuition. And we're realizing that something is not as it seems. Shakoya, hello, hello. One more sign before we get to you. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius for the 30th of June. That would be, is that possible? No, tomorrow I'm going to be making videos, like not live videos. So I won't be here tomorrow, and Wednesday's a day off, so I won't be here Wednesday, but I will be live again Thursday, and hopefully I'll see you then as well. Or before that for a private reading. Okay, Sagittarius, June the 30th. Let's put down some cards for you guys. La da 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 da. Sagittarius, 9 of coins in reverse. Emperor, right side up. 8 of Swords, right side up. I've got a couple storylines coming through here for you guys. Okay, Sagittarius. 9 of coins in reverse and the Emperor. There is somebody that you're missing right now, but you are taking control of your life, and you're doing what you need to do to move forward and to do well, okay? Emperor is a card of controlling, having a direction, having a plan, moving forward. And so Sagittarius, even though there's somebody that you're missing, I don't see you putting all of your energy into that missing and pining for that person basket. I see you putting at least as much, if not more, energy into controlling your present and controlling your future and getting going in the right direction in spite of missing somebody. Okay? Why is this happening? 8 of Swords in reverse. Somebody may have broke up with you if this is a romantic thing. Even if it's like a business partnership or a friendship, somebody may have walked away from whatever that relationship was and left you expecting more until they walked away. But for others of you, this is a release of limitations that you were putting on yourself. And so you did have some limitations that you were putting on yourself, and now you're released from those. Now you're not limiting yourself anymore. And since you're not limiting yourself anymore, you are reaching for that control. You're making better decisions in your life. You're taking control of that boat and you're steering the wheel, even though you're missing somebody. I just had another thought, and where did it go? It may be that somebody passed away and you have been made executor of their will. And that's why you're missing somebody and you're making decisions and taking control as well. Okay, so taking control, even though you're missing somebody, is the major theme there, and being released from things that were limiting you before. And that's what's allowing you to take control. La da 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 da. That was a fairly heavy energy. Let's see what's coming up for Capricorn next. This is going to be Capricorn for June the 30th. Whew, bye-bye. All right, Capricorns, is this you or somebody else? Okay. All right, so Capricorns, you guys have Temperance showing up in reverse for your first card. That is you right there. You have Queen of Cups in reverse showing up as your second card. This is somebody you're interacting with right there. And you have the Ten of Swords showing up in reverse. Alrighty, so she may actually have both going on at the same time, Socialista. Capricorns, what's going on here is with this Queen of Cups in reverse, you have somebody in your life who's basically throwing a fit. They are having an emotional explosion. All right. And the reason they're having an emotional explosion is because they've been pretending that everything's okay for a long time, although there's something that has been grating on them. And so when they're exploding over this little thing, the seemingly little thing that just happened. But the deal is that really, that little thing was just the cherry on top of the cake. There's been little things building up that they've been repressing and they haven't been expressing that it's a problem. Well, now all of a sudden it's more than they could take. So now we've got this emotional explosion coming out of them. You get to witness that. Lucky you, Capricorn. Lucky you. And with this Temperance in reverse, you're really impatient with it. I don't think you're feeling sorry for this person. I don't think that you are being kind to this person. I don't think you're feeling a lot of empathy for this person. Not with Temperance in reverse. That's basically saying impatience. You're feeling really impatient with this person that's having the emotional meltdown or the emotional explosion. And when we have an emotional explosion, I mean, part of the reason you could be feeling impatient is because this person could be, doing some kind of crazy things, like crazy in a dangerous way. All right. For some of you, this person may not be one person. This could be protesters that you see that you're not a part of the protest, but you're witnessing this protest where people are having an emotional explosion, which could actually turn into something that is borderline dangerous or dangerous, and you're really impatient with it. You're really impatient with it because to you, this is not an appropriate way to handle things. Okay? Why is this happening? Either way, why is this happening? This is happening because you've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Something that you thought was already taken care of is coming back up again. Something that you thought had been fought out and put to bed, put to rest, the source of whatever tension that was had been taken care of, or at least you thought they had, it's coming back up. It's rising back up. Okay. Capricorns, I got to tell you, one of the things that Capricorn represents is the father or the father figure. This would be authority figures. Okay. So on a bigger picture, on a bigger scope, this could also be not just Capricorns, but people who are of a more experienced generation, shall we say, being really impatient with a younger generation who is doing things in what looks to the older generation like a rash way. And this is about something that is coming up again that was supposedly taken care of a long time ago, that supposedly there was peace over this a long time ago. And I got to tell you, I think that on the big scale picture, what we're looking at here, this has to do with civil rights movement, at least in this country, in the US, civil rights movement, where we haven't seen a lot of protests and demonstrations and things like that about people being equal in our country, no matter what their skin color is. We had a quiet period of that. There were things going on, yes, but not so much as lately. This is that rising back up and becoming a much more highlighted situation. And the old guard, who's already been through the civil rights demonstrations and everything the first time around in the 60s and 70s, they're impatient about it. They're like, we took care of this Everybody's supposed to be getting the pay that they deserve. Everybody is supposed to be getting the jobs that they earn. Everybody is supposed to be in a fair and equal place. We took care of this. We're impatient about this. We're seeing this again in our lifetimes. We thought this was settled. This is the younger generation coming up and saying, this is far from settled. This is far from settled. There are still things happening that are not right. Okay, so that's a little more than a Capricorn reading. Anyway, shall we move on? Well, there was a Capricorn reading that was just for Capricorns. And then there was that second reading that came out that has to do with people that are from a more experienced generation. And that's not necessarily just Capricorns. That's going to be a lot of different signs. But in astrology, the Capricorn does represent an authority figure or a father figure. So somebody who's been around the bend. That's true. All right. Thank you, Ms. Bonnie. See you soon. Aquarius, you guys are up next, and this is going to be Aquarius for June the 30th. You just had 2 cards fall, Aquarians. We're going to take the third one. Aquarius, you're all over this reading. 2 out of the 3 cards are swords cards. And then we've got an earth card. So Annie, father figures and authority figures, this could be people who are mayors, people who are governors, people who are presidents, people who are council members. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I went through the personal Capricorn part first. So if you want to rewind and listen to that, then you'll understand where that is. But it just struck me while I was going through the personal that this is a bigger picture prediction as well. And so that's why I just wanted to, as it came to me, I just wanted to put it out there. All right. Aquarius, what we have coming up for you guys is the King of Swords, the Hierophant in reverse, along with the Queen of Swords. King of Swords was in reverse also, and the Queen of Swords is in reverse. So Aquarians, you guys went out of some kind of long-term commitment or contract. Some sort of legal agreement you went out of. Why do you want out of it? Because the other person wants out of it. Kind of makes sense. If the other person wants out of it, it does you no good to stay in it because the other person's not going to put energy or effort into it. It's not going to go anywhere. And so therefore, the wise thing is to step out, step away. But this is basically saying whatever this contract is, whether it's a marriage, a work contract, a contract with your gym, whatever it is, the other party wants out of this contract. They want to call this contract to a close. And because they do, and I feel like that's the only reason, because they're calling it to a close, you're calling it to a close. And that's for Aquarius. Yes, any kind of authority figure. So government is full of authority figures. Okay, let's look at Pisces for June the 30th. Lorraine, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Thank you for that suggestion, Bonnie. I appreciate that. Pisces for June the 30th. What's going to come up for you guys? All right, Pisces. Star card in reverse. Lover's card right side up. 10 of coins showing up in reverse. So, Pisces, what do we have? Pisces, I think you're not feeling very hopeful about some kind of partnership that you are a part of, whether this is a romantic partnership, friendship, family partnership, business partnership, whatever it is. You're not feeling very hopeful about this partnership actually producing what you want it to produce. And why is that? Because there's been no energy or effort put into this partnership from the other person. You were hoping that it would produce something. You were putting energy or effort into it. Now you're not hoping. As of the 30th, you're not hoping. If not sometime between now and then. And you're not hoping because you're seeing that the other person isn't putting energy or effort into it. So how can it? Okay. That's what we've got from Pisces. Thanks everybody for being here and spending some of your precious time with me today. I honestly do appreciate it. I also do appreciate all the thumbs ups. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate all of you sharing this video around to others that may find benefit from it. And of course, I'm looking forward to reading for some of you in private readings, either on the phone or on Skype between now and the next time I come out with a live video. But until then, I'll see you guys all on the next video. Peace out, everyone.